Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Jaguar Health's channel, committed to discovering, developing, and commercializing plant-based subscription medicines for urgent global health needs. Joining us is Lisa, the Chief Executive Officer. As always, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Love the enthusiasm. Happy to be here.
It's such a pleasure to have you. So last time we discussed, we really dove down into the company, a little bit of your history, but today I want to focus more on the balance sheet side. And currently you guys are sitting on 59 million in assets, of which 17 million is in cash. You wanted to briefly discuss the cash spend moving forward and a little bit of guidance here as well?
Sure. So the last reported cash was over $17 million at the end of 2021. And the historical burn has been over $2 million. That's a level of clinical trials that we are continuing throughout 2022. So the spend, as you can imagine, would be about the same because it's going to be another year of finishing up our phase 3 clinical trial. But what's going to be different is hopefully the revenue that's coming in. And what we did last year for our commercialized product, Mytesi, for HIV-related diarrhea, the only human indication for which we can sell right now in the United States, we made a shift to specialty pharma from warehouse distribution, where we were carrying 60 to 70 days of inventory, to essentially a just-in-time distribution model where that inventory had to be bought down. So last year in the third quarter in particular, and a little bit into the fourth quarter, as our prescriptions were going up, we were buying down revenue and buying down inventory, and you weren't seeing that in the revenue. Already, with our reported numbers for Q4, you saw a much different story there, and that will therefore continue throughout 2022. And as an example of why did we do the shift to specialty pharma, the major reason is patient services and to help with getting prescriptions filled and going through prior authorizations. On the financial side, the distribution costs are dramatically decreased. The gross to net is a much better percentage. And throughout the first 3 quarters of 2021, you saw a gross to net of around, our impact was 30%, sometimes in the 20%. By the fourth quarter, it was 70%. So great improvement in the gross to net, and you'll see that continuing throughout 2022. So while expenses may be about the same, you're going to see more revenue generated.
Yeah, I really appreciate those insights, and I'm glad you touched on the revenue side of it. And just kind of expanding a little bit more broadly on the cap structure side with your shares outstanding, can you kind of give some insight between the institutional, insider, and retail audience that are kind of interested in the company here?
Yeah, we have about 78 million shares outstanding right now. We are very highly retail held, which is terrific for volume. So we are a very, very liquid stock, and that is very important for all sorts of institutions and individual investors who may want to have the opportunity to be able to get in and out. But we do have some very loyal, I wouldn't say institutional, I would say more family offices. So for example, one of the reported investors, over 10%, is Joshua Mailman and his various foundations and funds that he controls. Josh Mailman is a well-known impact investor. He is one of the largest shareholders, if not the largest shareholder in Jaguar, and also the sponsor and a shareholder of Napo Therapeutics, which is the company that we established in Europe under exclusive license from Jaguar. We are also well over the majority shareholder, but Joshua recognizes the value to Jaguar of having Napo Therapeutics move forward, and they're moving forward with a rare disease orphan drug business model.
That's great to hear. I really appreciate these insights today, Lisa. Thanks so much for coming out.
No problem. I love it. Anytime.
Always a pleasure. On that note, I want to pass the question off to you guys. What do you think about this in the comment section below? We'd love to hear from you. Consider subscribing, because as news comes down the wire, we will continue to update you here. But stay cool, stay awesome, and as always, I look forward to catching you in the next one.